Literally about to go live. Hopefully you can hear me. I can only speak for a few seconds and then I'm off. Welcome to Villeneuve d'Ascq here in France for the 2025 EuroCup Women's Final between Villeneuve d'Ascq and Ferrol. 40 minutes stand between one of these teams and glory. One of these teams and a European title. Will it be the fairy tale ending for Ferrol, or will it be redemption for Villeneuve d'Ascq after losing out in the EuroLeague Women's Final last season? Only time will tell. That is the trophy. That is what we are here for. It is the second leg of the final. Villeneuve d'Ascq enter the game with a 3-point aggregate lead from that first leg. And that first leg really did live up to all the hype. It's David versus Goliath, one of the big European teams in Villeneuve d'Ascq, going up against one of the rookies really in Ferrol. As I say, Villeneuve d'Ascq coming away with a narrow 3-point lead. They did lead by 12. There's the road to the final. Ferrol beating Girona and Lyon to get here. As well beating Sopron and Besiktas to make their way through to this final. Ferrol in that first leg were powered by their unbelievable crowd. They were down by 12, but they got it back to within just 3 at the final buzzer. They never gave up. They actually had the lead in the third quarter, but Villeneuve d'Ascq held their nerve. Were able to take a narrow lead to this home leg. There is very little between them. Maybe the one area you would highlight is defensively. Ferrol defensively have kept teams to, on average, under 63 points a game. They have been impressive to say the least, but they're going to have to come out with a huge game here tonight. There are the travelling fans. Not the easiest trip from northwestern Spain across here to Villeneuve d'Ascq, but a trip quite a few Ferrol fans have made, and no real surprises why, as it might be their team's first ever European title here this evening. Games just don't get much bigger than this. And now we will have our road team introduced. This is their 18th game in EuroCup Women's this evening. This all started back on the 19th of September, their opening qualifier. And yes, they did have to go through the qualifiers to even get into the regular season. And I bet back then on that September evening, even the die-hard fans for Ferrol wouldn't have let themselves dream that their European adventure would culminate in an appearance in this year's EuroCup Women's Final, but that is what's happened. As the players are now introduced, Ferrol's team, first style of basketball has paid off this season, makes them difficult to guard against, and on the other end of the floor defensively, they are just tough. They play physical, hard-nosed basketball, but I think it's pretty clear they're going to have to deliver the best 40 minutes of basketball they've had this season here this evening. And if they can, could they complete that unbelievable fairy tale and become EuroCup Women's champions for the first time ever? And now for the home team, Villeneuve d'Ascq. Well, they enter today's game as clear favourites. If they are able to lift the trophy later this evening, it certainly would be a way to bounce back after the heartbreak of losing the EuroLeague Women's final last season. Level of quality and experience in that roster as we see Siobhante Zelas come out. That is their edge. They have big game players who have been there at the top tape, at the big games in Europe. And they will be bringing that with them, but it's all well and good what's happened in the past. Will these players step up today for Villeneuve Dask? Similar as in Ferrol, the crowd will play their part. It's a wonderful atmosphere here this evening. And the home crowd will certainly want to be involved and want to cheer this team on. Dask obviously won this title before, back in 2014. So in 2015, Brain in the final that year. Here are your officials for today's game. We have Baki, Silvia, Marziali, Petar Pesic from Turkey, Italy and Serbia. And in the background, we also have our commissioner for the evening, Eleonora Rangelova. Both teams head to the half to exchange high fives before we get into what should be an electric game if the first leg was anything to go by. Both teams now have a little over 3 minutes to get themselves locked in. Here's the starting five for Ferrol: Pospíšilová, Mestres, Mataj, Milia and Joyner to be the five to take to the floor to start the game for Ferrol. Coach Lopez knows he has enough quality in that team to get the job done here this evening, but he's going to need big performances, especially from that starting five. In particular, Angela Mataj had 17 points in that first leg, averaging a little over 12 a game this season. 17.4 assists, 4 rebounds, 7 assist performance. And here's the five to start for Villeneuve Dask. We have Carla Late, Siobhante Zelas, Caroline Elrio, Hayley Peters, and Renata Gay. So much experience in that team. 3 players featured in that EuroLeague Women's final last season when they went down to Fenerbahce in Mersin. They would have taken a lot of lessons from that. We want to push on. Plenty coming off the bench as well for Coach Bezin. Look out for Posi. Sissoko and Paget played big parts in that first leg of this final. Both teams head back to the bench for final instructions from the coaching staff, and so here we are, 40 minutes left in the EuroCup Women's competition this year. 50 teams have competed for this trophy. We are down to just 2. And who will be crowned the 2025 EuroCup Women's champions? Will it be Villeneuve Dask? Will it be Ferrol? It's fairy tale or redemption. And we are yet to see which story will be completed here this evening. Thunderclap taking place, as is the ritual here in Villeneuve Dask. Whilst they do that, if you have your phones to hand, please jump onto your social media channels. If you don't already follow EuroCup Women's, please do. Facebook, Insta, X, TikTok, it's at EuroCup Women. And if you want to follow me as well, my name's Mark Mills, I'm your commentator this evening. Head onto those socials and just look for @MarkOnComms and you will find me. So the crowd are certainly up for the action here today. as the starting fives will now make their way to the floor. Carla Lake, what a game she had in the first leg, 25 points and 5 assists. In the hunt for the Young Player of the Year award today. Without a shadow of a doubt in this competition, just 20 years of age, unbelievable really. Averaging almost 18 points and 5 assists a game. As we now see the Ferrol team come to the floor. Three sides of the arena absolutely rooting for the home team and Coach Bazat. As you watch the game on the left, that end is the Ferrol end. Expect them to be raucous throughout today's game as well. There is Coach Lopez. Legend status awaits if he can get his team to the win here today. Remember, Villeneuve d'Ascq lead by 3 on aggregate, but here we go. The EuroCup Women 2025 final is underway. Ferrol straight away attack the basket. No joy with their first possession. Rio to Zealous. Zealous now goes all the way to the hoop, and straight away Shavonte Zealous looks to take on that leadership role as she has for the past couple of seasons here in Villeneuve d'Ascq. Joyner hands it back to Pospisilova. Ball's kicked out. Mestres. Foul's going to be called. That one on Peters reaching in, I think it is. Maybe Peters an important part of the puzzle for Villeneuve d'Ascq. A little hit check. It's a good call by the officials. Sideline ball for Ferrol. Catch and shoot. Pospisilova, high rebound, not there. The box out just about falls to Ario. Now ahead to Zealous. Villeneuve d'Ascq had a blistering first quarter in that first leg. Ario for 3. That's a big shot by the Villeneuve d'Ascq captain. Only averaging a little over 3 points a game, so to step up and get the first triple of the game for her team is a big statement. Matej, good ball movement here by Ferrol. Shot clock at 4, little fade away off the elbow, and it's a stuttering start for the road team. A 5-0 start to the game, an 8-0 lead on aggregate right now. Zealous back to Ario. Gay hands it away to Carla Late. She pulls the trigger on a long 2. That's a heavy-handed one. Rebound by Pospisilova, who charges down the floor. Backdoor cut. Matej trying to bully away inside. Does a good job, but the defense stands strong. Late drives along the baseline, no good. Gay with the rebound and the putback for 2. An electric start and a 10-point aggregate lead for the home team. Amelia now handed away. Foul's going to be called on Ario. Second team foul of the quarter for Villeneuve d'Ascq. Sideline ball for Ferrol as Ario will come out and Paget comes in. They know they have to have fresh legs chasing. Angela Matej across the floor. Can't give her space, that's for sure. Look at the bullying. Amelia now looks to hand it away, does so to Joyner. Shot clock at 4. Joyner pulls the trigger and rolls home a 3. That's a smart way for the road team to get their scoring underway. A 39% three-point shooter this season, Moira Joyner. Late. Zealous for 3. Oh, a big 3. Shavonte Zealous had a huge game, multiple triples in that first leg of the final. Shooting over 40% from outside this season, Shavonte Zealous. Stolen away, Carla Late reads the lane. Zealous corner this time, rolls home another 3-ball, and Villeneuve d'Ascq are in full flow. 3.5 minutes gone, and it's a double-digit lead on the night, a 13-point lead on aggregate. There's the 3-ball in the corner from Zealous. Timeout's been called by Coach Lopez as Ferrol need to find a foothold in this game. Well, another electric start to the game for Villeneuve d'Ascq. One thing I would say, do remember, this is how the first leg played out. Villeneuve d'Ascq were lightning offensively in the first quarter. Ferrol, well, they found their rhythm in that second quarter and fought their way back in, taking the lead in the second half, so do not count this Spanish team out. Amelia. Good quick first step. Oh, the pass inside to Pospisilova. A little bit overcooked from Amelia, the Irish international. Plenty of Irish flags off that baseline. A strong contingent have made the trip over from Ireland to support Claire Amelia here this evening. We'll see a change as Mian comes into the game. As Tress comes out. Paget now up over the half. Paget hands it away late on the wing, off left. Easy rebound for Pospisilova, and she'll pour down the floor again. Amelia, range not there. Wrestling match in the paint as Amelia and Amanatha Gay reintroduce themselves to one another. Certainly a physical battle in that first leg of this final. Neither gonna back down from that one. Dumped inside, but the pass is overcooked. Mian hits a big 3, and the only points on the board for Ferrol here right now are 2 triples in the first 4.5 minutes of this game. Need to start creating some options closer to the bucket. Paget at the top for 3. That's a little heavy. Loose ball falls to Joyner. Amelia now looking for options. Double team collapses down. Joyner's open for 3 in the slot, and another 3. Back-to-back triples for Ferrol. And in the blink of an eye, they're back to within 4 on the night, 7 on aggregate. Zealous, little sidestep, will draw the foul. Blanca Mia can't really complain. Steps in. Amanatagay will head to the bench. Into the action comes Gary Clark. Zealous at the line. Just a 60% free throw shooter, surprisingly, Shavonte Zealous. 1 from 1 so far this evening. Off the back of that. Back at the line for the second. Goes 2 from 2. Shavonte Zealous already in double digits. She is here to make a statement. No two ways about that. She's not finishing the season without a title. Matej will draw a foul from Carla Late. It's not where the hands are, it's the footwork, stepping forward. Yeah, it's the right call, continues to step forward. Matej heading to the line for 2. 66% from the free throw line this season. Yet to get any points on the board so far this evening. In and out with the first. Definitely seen by Coach Bezin as the threat that Ferrol pose. Real natural baller. That's the second to go. 5-point ball game as Coach Lopez looks on. Late feeds it inside to Clark, gets it back, steps in for an elbow jumper, and it's good. Carla Late. First point of the game for her. Joining out. Mia. Down to Melia. 3 on the shot clock. Foul's going to be called on Peters. That will be her second. That's surely going to force the change. Are we going to see, I don't know, maybe Sissoko or Foposi come into the game for Villeneuve Dask? We are going to see Foposi come in, but it's going to be for Zealous. Peters is going to come out of the game. Melia in the low post now against Clark. Good baseline move. Oh, that's bully basketball from Claire Melia. First point of the game for her. Carla Late now. Paget. Foposi. Rebound pulled down. Pospisilova. We feel that Ferrol have got their foothold in this game now. They've got a little bit of confidence. That one's knocked out of bounds, I think, off Paget, so it'll be Spanish ball on the sideline. Under 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Oh, the pass off target by Pospisilova, but the loose ball picked up. An awkward looking shot by Joyner under a huge amount of defensive pressure. Foposi hands it back to Paget. Look to slow it down. 8 left on the shot clock. Foposi Attacks the basket, quick first step, draws the foul and slides off the baseline. Miliat will be called for the foul. Just a half step on the hip, really, of Poposi. Blake and Paget come out as Ario and Zealous come back in. Coach Bezat running his rotations hard early in this game. Nine players for Villeneuve d'Ascq already got on the floor, only 6 for Ferrol. Poposi at the line for the second. Gets it to go, a 7-point lead on the night, a 10-point aggregate lead here for Villeneuve d'Ascq. Melia. Back to Matej. Melia working hard to establish in the low block. Mid-range 2 is good. Yulia Pospisilova with that sweet stroke. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Poposi, another quick first step. She knows she's got the foot speed. She knows she can glide around the defense and get easy buckets at the glass. Matej. Melia now kicks it out in the slot. 3 ball goes up, high rebound. Joyner pulls it down and they'll go again. Pospisilova off the glass for 2. Smart play by the Czech superstar. Oh, but an instant reply for Poposi. 3rd bucket of the game for her. Matej. Oh, the pass is a little bit too down low for Melia to grab hold of. More changes. Ferrol now making the double change as Mestres comes back into the game. Sanchez also getting her first taste of the action this evening. Ario. Poposi, the hot hand right now. Another drive straight onto that left hand. Stolen away. Better defense this time by Ferrol, and they'll charge down the floor. Zealous called for the foul in transition. Villeneuve d'Ascq in the penalty. So that will send Gala Mestres to the line for 2 shots. First is good. Steady away, 10 points in that first leg of the final. Two from 2 to open her account for the evening. About a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the first quarter clock. And it's stolen away. Good hustle on the defensive end. That one's tied up. Ario just loses the handle, and in the blink of an eye, Matej is all over that play. It will remain Villeneuve d'Ascq ball, but it's earned Ferrol the first possession of the second quarter, more than likely. Coach Lopez not happy, wants to have a quick conversation with the officials. Home crowd getting on his back, and they're playing the role they have to play. That is part of that home court advantage. 17.7 seconds for Villeneuve d'Ascq to create something here. For Posey. Zealous trying to find Gay down low. Melia will be called for the foul. Second foul of the game on Claire Melia. That is problematic for Ferrol. They do not have a vast amount of size in this roster. Melia without doubt the go-to big. Will they bring Noah Amoro in? Catch and shoot for Zealous. That one's in and out, and that's the buzzer for the end of the first quarter. And a satisfactory first 10 minutes of basketball for Villeneuve d'Ascq. They are 10 minutes closer to the trophy. They lead by 5 on the night, 8 on aggregate. At the end of the first quarter, it's Villeneuve d'Ascq 23, Ferrol 18. Well, this final series just keeps on giving. The first leg was super close. This second leg continues in the same vein. Villeneuve d'Ascq on the back of 10 points from Shavonte Zealous in that first quarter lead this one 23-18. Maybe 5 points on the night, but the aggregate lead is 8. Ferrol and Coach Lopez using every last second of this quarter break to try and change the flow. Because right now, Villeneuve d'Ascq just about holding the Spanish team at arm's length. In possession, Matej throws it away as Pospisilova looked for the back door cut, a little miscommunication. Zealous now. For Posey, skips it, Ario for 3. Little heavy. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Gay, so it will be Ferrol ball. Mestres beats the low post. Got to be careful, that swinging arm. Lovely cut though, and a lovely finish. Mestres with the smart play off the Alba pass, the Alba Sanchez pass. Zealous now. Ducks through, has it knocked away, but picks up the loose ball. Foul will be called. That sends Zealous to the line. Second trip of the night for her. Yeah, just a reach in from Pospisilova. First foul of the game. Zealous 2 from 2 on that first trip. First is good for this second visit to the free throw line. Shimante Zelas, the only player in either roster to have won a European title before, a EuroLeague Women's final back in Ferrol now, ball in hand. Knocked out of bounds. Sanchez gonna back down. Paget kicks it out. 3-ball high arcing, not there though. Rebound pulled down by Sissoko. I really do feel that this game is going to stay close for the entire 80 minutes of this final series. For Posi, for 3 on the wing. That one's an air ball though. Snatched at it a little. Marie Paul for Posi. She'll head out of the game now as Carla Lake comes back in. Shalova hands it away. Mestres gets the space she needs, in and out. Rebound by Sanchez though, blocked from behind by Zelas. Ferrol ball on the baseline. Shalova feeds the low block. Moreau called for a travelling violation, just gets a footwork a little wrong. Paget now bringing it up over the half. Villeneuve Dask not able to create that big gap just yet in this game. Sissoko. Shot clock still has 9 on it. Foul's going to be called on Pospisilova. First foul of the game for her as well. Back into the action comes Joyner for Ferrol. Nice feed inside and the easiest of scores for Sissoko. Matej hands it away, and the hedge there from Amanatagay pays off almost. She can only knock it out of bounds though, so Ferrol will hold on to the ball. Mestres waits for the screen. Pulls up mid-range 2, off left, long rebound. Sissoko just about scoops it up. Zelas pulls the ball down floor. Lovely pass from Paget into the hands of the cutting Sissoko for another 2. And Villeneuve Dask wrestle control of this game away. They lead by 9 on the night, 12 on aggregate. Coach Lopez uses his second and final timeout here in this first half. big push here by Villeneuve Dask early in this second quarter. A 6-2 start to this second quarter sees them extend their lead on the night out to 9 and their aggregate lead back out to 12. How will Ferrol now react coming out of that timeout? Coach Lopez needs his team to react. Can't afford to allow Villeneuve Dask just to continue to extend that lead. Joining out. Pospisilova feeds it down low. Emilia bodied up against Gay, and Gay stands strong. Ajay. Zealous. Dumped inside to Gay, just about holds on to possession. Double team comes in. Paget, corner pocket, 3 is good. A big game from Paget in the first leg. Steps up here early to contribute, and a game high 12-point lead now for Villeneuve Dask. Worrying times for Ferrol. Stolen away, kicked out of bounds by Mestres. Zealous is pumped. As I was saying, won EuroLeague Women's back in 2014, and Shavonte Zealous wants nothing more than to pick up her second European title here this evening. 38 years of age. She knows her playing days are starting to be limited now, and she'll no doubt move across to coaching. I'm 100% sure of that, involved with Connecticut's Sun in the WNBA, but right now, the only thing on her mind is that trophy and that medal. Oh, lovely transition. Ferrol pouring down the floor, quick fluid movement. Little step back 2 is good. Pospisilova gets the little step back to go. Paget, baseline drive off the glass, doesn't get the angles right this time. Joyner pulls the early trigger and gets a reward. Villeneuve Dask's lead is trimmed down to 8. And Coach Bezin has seen enough. Before they get any closer, he's going to call a timeout. Well, Ferrol will continue to fight. That is no two ways about that. That has been the almost signature, the DNA of their EuroCup Women's season. Remember, they had to go through the qualifiers to get here, and they have battled every second on the floor. They're now going to drop into a 2-3 zone. How will Villeneuve Dask react? Paget pulls up long 2. A little heavy-handed, goes over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Coach Lopez just throwing a bit of a curveball here for Villeneuve Dask to deal with, dropping into that zone defense. Matej back out. Foul's going to be called on Paget. Milian, yeah, just that step, and Paget gets drawn in. Alio and Poposi come back into the game as Paget and Zealous step out. We're also going to see Davis come into the game for the first time this evening as Matej comes to the bench. Joining out, trying to create some separation, gets a shot away, no foul. Peters with the air ball rebound. Carla Lake now pulls in, little short range two is good. Second bucket of the game for her, 4 points, 2 assists. Averaging almost 18 a game though, the 20-year-old. What a season she's had. So exciting to watch, and even more exciting to think how good she's going to be in 2-3 years' time. Ario now. Trying to feed the low post. Gay without face mask. Battling hard. Comes up to set the screen for Lake. Dumped inside. Aminata Gay can't hold on to the pass. Baseline ball for Ferrol. Davis will bring it up over the half. Hands it off to Pospisilova. Oh, lovely backdoor cut. Davis straight in the game and straight on the scorebook. Oh, Ario with a hell of a crossover. Sold the whole defense away. Amelia's going to be called for the foul. That's going to be her third. That is a huge problem for Ferrol. The right call though, she's locking Aminata Gay's arm under hers. Gonna have to come out of the game. Moreau's gonna have to come in for Amelia. Coach Lopez can't risk her. The Ferrol fans not happy. Clark now is coming to the game for Gay. Peters hands it away to Late. Clark comes up short. Ball knocked out of bounds by Ferrol, no. Official says, no, my mistake. It will be a Villeneuve Dask ball, and respect for the officials. They are human, they will make mistakes, and love it when you just put your hands up and go, yep, that one's a bad call, I'm going to call it the other way. Peters baseline move, beautiful move, Hayley Peters. First field goal of the game for Peters. As you just feel Villeneuve Dask are just starting to slip this one into cruise control right now. Another steal. Poposi hands it to Alio. Alio now to Late. Catch and shoot for Clark. That comes up short. Peters chases the rebound. It's not there. Stolen back though by Late. She'll hand it forward, and Peters will get the easiest of scores. And there's the roar as Villeneuve Dask realise that they are pushing themselves into the driving seat in this game. A big 2 minutes and 17 seconds to play in this first half. Ferrol do not have a timeout left. Drive inside. Oh, the finish not there for Moreau. Chance here for Villeneuve Dask to really exploit the situation. Poposi feeds Peters down low. Hands it to the baseline, cut. Oh, Clark not quite able to get the angles off the glass. Moreau against Late, has the mismatch. Moreau makes her pay. Smart identification there. 20-year-old going up against 20-year-old. Drop step for Posey. Won't get the and one. Foul called on Davis. Yeah, just step forward into the defense. Matej will come back into the action. 10-point lead on the night for Villeneuve d'Ascq. Remember, a 13-point lead on aggregate for Posey. First is good. Second comes up short. Morrow with the rebound. Matej ducks inside, good little hesitation. Steps through for the two. Unbelievably, her first field goal of the entire first half. That is testament to the scouting report and the diligence of this Villeneuve d'Ascq team defensively. Late now, skips it to the wing. Trigger pulled, a little heavy-handed though, and rebound pulled down by Elio. Oh, way downtown, Caroline Elio comes up short though. Blanca Mia with the defensive rebound. Oh, Davis. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Carla Late. That will be her second foul of the game. That's the right call. That's not a stationary armbar, that's shoving a player. Baseline ball here for Ferrol. Matej brings it back to the top. 10 on the shot clock. Dives inside, the pass isn't there. Morrow scoops up the loose ball though. Matej with another offensive rebound and won't get it this time. Villeneuve d'Ascq no doubt will look to take the final shot of this first half. Step through, Zealous three! Shavonte Zealous just leaves it hanging up there. How good does that one look? What a big, big play. What a big first half for Villeneuve d'Ascq, and Shavonte Zealous leading the way. 15 points for her personally. And a 12-point lead on the night for Villeneuve d'Ascq, a 15-point lead on aggregate. Ferrol now have to step up in a big way in the second half, because at the half it's Villeneuve d'Ascq 42. BAXI Ferrol 30. Second half action coming up very shortly. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
partenaires, 1, 2, 3. Patrice. Et on accueille ce soir, nous avons Mathilde et Noah. Ça va, tout se passe bien? Le match vous plaît pour l'instant, on passe une bonne soirée. À jusqu'au bout. Alors, les jeunes, Patrice et Noah, c'est un très lancé. Le goal dans la raquette, le deuxième en lancé franc. Le troisième en 3 points. Le dernier au milieu, tout est là, celui qui en est le plus. Remporte le goal, notre partenaire de Ferrari. On y va? On démarre par Mathilde. Et les émissions, moi, je m'en suis voulu de la seule. Un petit mot d'applaudissement pour Mathilde. Oui, c'est la radio, exactement. Oh, il est facile, facile. Attends, chacun son tour. On peut chacun son tour. Normalement, c'est facile celui-là. Non, mais moi, je ne sais pas si tu veux. Allez, première, c'est le 1 point. Mathilde, tu fais des baskets? En plus, oui. Et moi, j'ai l'impression que toi aussi, tu fais du basket? Tu fais du basket aussi? Ouais, ok. Allez, Mathilde, en 3 points. Mathilde, j'ai envie de te dire un truc. Attends, t'es plus. J'allais te dire, heureusement que tu joues pas ce soir. Tu vois, j'ai un peu peur, je fais ça. Allez, fais-nous plaisir. Fais-nous avec personne de la ligne d'or. Personne n'a mis le panier du milieu de terrain de toute la saison pour l'instant. Faites-vous l'honneur pendant cette EuroCup, ce serait magnifique pendant la finale. Arrêtez le terrain. Allez! On va essayer une fois, Mathilde, juste pour voir. Allez, on essaie une fois. Encouragement à la nation, s'il vous plaît, on a pas eu cette saison. Encouragement. Allez, Mathilde. C'est presque ça. Allez, on va. Allez, c'est le qui emporte les figurines sur le terrain. Pour les applaudir, mesdames et messieurs, nous remporte notre partenaire. 1, 2, 3 parmi ce soir. Autour de cette rencontre, ce sera exactement 8 minutes. Je vais faire le tour de Tétine avec les couleurs. Allez, c'est la nièce d'Aminata en plus. C'est ça, hein? C'est la nièce d'Aminata. La petite nièce d'Aminata, comme sa Tétine. C'est le cas comme une Tétine. Vous nous l'apportez avec plaisir. Merci.
Welcome back to Villeneuve Dask. It is the 2025 FIBA EuroCup Women's Final. We're at the halfway stage of the second leg here. Villeneuve Dask lead this one 42-30 over Ferrol. 12-point lead on the night, but a 15-point lead on aggregate as the Spanish team use every last second of the halftime break. They will have to put in a huge 20 minutes of basketball. Ferrol are going to come away with the first ever European title in their club's history. For Villeneuve Dask, they're on the hunt for their second EuroCup Women's title. Back in 2014, they picked up their first, one of just 4 teams they will become to secure 2 EuroCup Women's titles. Javonte Zealous, what a first half, 15 points for her. Former EuroLeague women's winner back in 2014 when she wore the Galatasaray jersey. Moira Joyner, the leading scorer for Ferrol. She has 8 so far, as well as 3 rebounds in that first half. Second half action underway though. EuroCup Women 2025 final. A European title on the line. Down low, Aminata Gay. Good pressure from Melia. Melia in the low block, going up against Gay. Little step back, mid-range. Zealous now to Peters. Kicked away by Pospisilova, and clearly Villeneuve Dask straight away looking to put the ball into Aminata Gay, as right now guarding her is Claire Melia, already on 3 fouls. Clearly trying to get the Irish international to pick up that 4th foul early in this half. Oh, and the 3 is good. Peters for the triple. A game-high 15-point lead now for Villeneuve Dask. Stolen away, Gay picks it up. Hands it back to Zealous. Smart play by the 22-year-old Aminata Gay. Peters now feeds it, lob pass down low to Gay. Good defensive stand by Mestres. Oh, and it's a poor pass though. Behind Joyner and straight out of bounds. Yeah, nowhere near where Joyner wanted the ball. Peters hands it to Alio. Light comes up to the top. Oh, what a speedy move to the bucket. Carla Lake roars to the crowd. The and one play. Just protects the ball so well as she dives to the basket. Completes the 3-point play, and what a start to the second half for Villeneuve Dask. A 6-0 run, blowing this game wide open. Ferrol need to react. Matej comes back out. 3 ball goes up and goes down. Carla Mestres. Important 3, first point to the second half for the visitors. Carla Lake splits the defense. Oh, stolen away, good read. Pospisilova gets out and goes coast to coast and gets the 2. Yulia Pospisilova. A 5-point swing and an offensive foul. No, Matej is going to be called for the reach in, I think. Look, the foul was just a split second before that one. Coach Lopez shaking his head. Ferrol once again, though, putting on a resilient fight back. Zealous on the wing. Javonte Zealous, a 5th triple of the night. She is perfect right now. Sorry, 4th triple of the night. 4 from 4 from outside. 18 points for Javonte Zealous. She's now scored more than she did in the first leg. Still got over 17 minutes of the game to play. Zealous set out an awful lot of the second half in that game last week between these two. Presumably just picked up a knock. Matej. Oh, lovely pass down low. Is it too low, though, for Amelia? She's going to physically battle her way back up to score. Claire Amelia has been impressive this season. Interested to see for Ferrol how many of this team suit up for them next year. Will be some of the bigger names in European basketball come hunting. They might very well. Certainly a hell of a shot window for some of the younger players. Gay, short corner 2. Amanata Gay. Second bucket of the game for her. 16-point lead on the night. 19-point lead on aggregate. Gay called for the foul. Just reaching in. Out of the game, Elio will come out as well. Ajay comes in, as does Sissoko. Shalova trying to find a way through. Gets the pass to Joyner, and Joyner will just about beat the shot clock buzzer. Moira Joyner really stepping up. First Ferrol player to double digits, 4 from 6 from the field. Oh, Peters has gone down, holding her ankle. Looks like she slipped. Is she okay? Yeah, she is. She just went to push off. Yeah, and just, I don't know, caught maybe some sweat on the floor or something. Been mopped up now, and we're ready to go again. Coach Bezat urging his team on. Drive inside. Matej, no good again. Loose ball picked up by Paget. Oh, beautiful feed, and goes coast to coast to Sissoko with a big defensive stand, and chases out in transition. Runs the trail for 2. Oh, Amelia, crossover. The big putting on a handle show. Ducks into the side and scoops it off the glass. Claire Amelia with another score. 6 points now for the Irish international. Late. Backs it out. Peters fades away. Back of the iron and away this time. Pace to the game has picked up in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Matej looking for space. Has to give it up to Amelia, though. 3 ball goes off. Pospisilova. I think Carla Lake's going to be called for the foul. That'll be her 3rd. Causes Coach Bezat some problems. Sideline ball here for Ferrol. Joyner. Feeds Amelia down low. Peters will be called for the foul, and that is a problem as Peters picks up her 4th. Coach Bezan now Baseline ball here for Ferrol. And it's turned over and will be Villeneuve Dask ball. Correction, it was Hayley Peters' third foul, not her fourth. Both Carla Late and Hayley Peters on 3 fouls for Villeneuve Dask. Amelia, the only player in foul trouble for Ferrol. Down low, Sissoko, drop step, fades to that right hand, will get the roll. Sissoko enjoying this one. 8 points personal for Sissoko. Amelia now in the paint. Pushing foul's going to be called on Peters, and that is her fourth. Surely going to force Coach Bezin into a change now. It is Zealous and Peters head out. Amanatha Gay will replace Peters. Gay just with 1 foul so far. Also back into the game, replacing Zealous is Foposi. Mian into Melia. Comes back out. Pospisilova. Defense stands strong, Sissoko. But has it stolen away? Pospisilova comes away with it. Drive inside, finds the gap, attacks the gap. Draws the foul. Oh, take your pick there. One of several Villeneuve Dask players that could have been called for the foul, but I think the foul was called on the floor. Sideline ball for Ferrol. Trail by 16 on the night, 19 on aggregate. Free throw line jumper, comes up short and rolls away. Foposi scoops up the loose ball. Catch and shoot on the wing. Carla Late lets it fly. Look how much it means to her and her team. They know now that they are pushing towards the title. They lead by 19. 3 minutes and 1 second left in this third quarter. Coach Lopez can't wait for the quarter break. Has to talk it over now. Exceptionally important 3 minutes of basketball ahead of Ferrol now heading into the end of this third quarter. They trail by 19 on the night, 22 on aggregate. It's kind of do or die time now for the Spanish team. They want to lift their first ever European trophy. They have to go all in the final 13 minutes of this game. Pospisilova will drive straight to the basket. Oh, Sissoko, don't bring that in here. Look at the smiles as Amanatha Gay and Sissoko. Chest bump on the back of that big defensive play. Clark will come in as Gay comes out. Catch and shoot for Mestres, hits a big three. Another. Second of the night for Mestres. Up to 10 points. Joint leading scorer for Ferrol this evening. Stolen away, Mestres now leads the charge. Looking to go coast to coast, an offensive foul is going to be called on Carla Mestres. As Paget knew what was going to happen, just takes the stand. That's a smart play by Marie-Ève Paget. This Villeneuve DASK crowd all season long have brought the noise and brought the atmosphere here on their home floor. Late hits a long two, comes up hobbling though. Backdoor cut, smart play, Magdesh gets it to go. Poposi will draw the foul. Minian, no real options. Poposi putting the pressure on Ferrol, and 26-year-old just happy to take the foul and slow Villeneuve DASK down. Carla late into the corner, Alio feeds it to Sissoko. Skip to the weak side, Poposi will attack the paint. A little teardrop right hand is good. Marie-Paul Poposi with another big score. 9 points for her now, as Villeneuve DASK are in full control of this final. Baseline drive, a heavy-handed mid-range running jumper, no good. Alio as Ferrol drop into this 2-3 zone. 3-second violation is going to be called on Clark, camped out in the paint. And she'd been in there a while. Carla Lake will come out of the game. Heads to the bench with 12 points. As well as 5 assists, Carla Lake. Future is exceptionally bright for that young superstar. Looking for a way through, nothing there, feeds it to the wing, back of the iron, spits it away. Holding foul's going to be called. Is it on Clark? It was in that fight for the rebound that the foul has been called. Villeneuve DASK in the penalty, 49.6 seconds left in the quarter, as Pospisilova will head to the line for 2 shots. First is good. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for Pospisilova. Can't get the second to go though. Alio slows it down. Time is certainly on the side of the home team now. Zealous, long two, contested, but it does not matter for Javonte Zealous as she wags the finger on her way back down the floor. Catch and shoot, Pospisilova for 3 at the top, as Ferrol try as they might to battle their way back in. Poposi has it stolen away, 2 seconds, half court heave is no good. And a blistering third quarter of basketball from Villeneuve DASK as they continue to extend their lead here in this final. Just 10 minutes of basketball left. Villeneuve Dask 66, Ferrol 50, 16-point lead on the night, a 19-point lead on aggregate.
Finale d'EuroCup, évidemment, le score 66 à 50. Et maintenant, on va vous demander de participer avec la voix. C'est très très simple, vous connaissez, c'est magique. Tu démarres quand tu veux, ça fait quelque chose comme ça. C'est un peu fort, là. Encore une fois, je n'ai rien entendu, mieux que ça. Est-ce que tu as un peu plus dur, Magique, s'il te plaît? Encore plus dur, s'il te plaît. On fait un premier Magique, je pense qu'ils sont chauds. Essaye, le premier, ça fait. Et on en fait un, c'est moi qui le fais. On va voir si tu tiens un rythme, ça fait.
Just 10 minutes of basketball left here in the 2025 FIBA Women's EuroCup. Wow, a big 10 minutes ahead of us though. Who will be crowned this year's EuroCup Women's Champion? Right now you would say odds-on favourites are Villeneuve Dask. They lead by 16 on the night, 19 on aggregate. But one thing I think a lot of people have learned this year is you do not write off this Ferrol team. They have a way about them, a resilience, a never say die mentality. They will need every last ounce of it right now. They will need to go all in the final 10 minutes. Poposi pulls up, good defensive stand to start the quarter. Mestre scoops up the loose ball. Quick play and a shot away. Alrio will be called for the foul and Matthijs will head to the line for 2 free throws. One from 2 on her first trip. Matthijs just 5 points this evening. Does have 6 assists though. I think that's 6 points now. Second to go as well. Alio hands it away to Poposi. Zealous now leads all scorers with 20. Almost loses the handle. Shot clock at 3. Zealous nails a 3. Javonte Zealous finishing out this competition with an exclamation mark of a performance. 5 from 5 from downtown for Javonte Zealous. Someone needs to dive into the history books in the European club final. How many threes without a miss is the record? It can't be many more than 5 surely. Alio slows it down and comes out. Zealous now waits for the screen, gets around the defense, drops it inside to Poposi for 2. Villeneuve Dask in no hurry. Look at Zealous getting the crowd pumped. Another strong start to a quarter for Villeneuve Dask. An assist on the board for Zealous. Her second assist of the night. Timeout called by Coach Lopez as this final is running away from him and his team.
Y hacer
Minutes and 25 seconds left of the European season for these two. Villeneuve d'Ascq fully in the driver's seat, 19-point lead on the night, 22 points on aggregate. Is there another twist in the tail? Or will Villeneuve d'Ascq be parting late into the night? What a play. If Matej has anything to do with it, this game is going to go down to the buzzer. Taking the game on his shoulders right now. Alio picks up her third foul of the game as Paget's going to come back in. Coach Bezat having to rotate through as Carla Lake has 3 fouls. Hayley Peters has 4. Matej at the line for the bonus. Not this time. Long rebound falls into the hands of Mestres. Matej goes inside, off the glass, but no good. Zealous hands it to Paget. To a certain degree now for Villeneuve d'Ascq, it's a little bit of clock management. Zealous pulls up 3 ball off the glass, and that's her first miss of the night from downtown. Joyner to Matej. Melia. Mestres fights away through, literally, and we'll get the score. That is a tough play by Gala Mestres under a huge amount of pressure from Zealous. Posi to Sissoko for 3. A little heavy. Mestres with the defensive board as Ferrol know that they have to put pace into this game. They have to create extra possessions through going early. Oh, lovely. Eye of the needle pass, and the score is good for Pospisilova. Matej with the beautiful pass. Look at this. Cuts the defense in 2. And timeout's been called by Coach Bezat as his team's lead has been trimmed down to 13 on the night, 16 on aggregate. It was as big as 22 on aggregate, so Coach Bezat wants to talk it over. Now 6-point swing, pushing Coach Bezat and Villeneuve d'Ascq into the timeout. As right now, Ferrol are throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this game. Their hopes of being European champions are fading, but they are not going to go out with a whimper. They are going to go out fighting tooth and nail for the title. Paget. Double team quickly jumps on her. A scramble defense here from Ferrol. Paget now. Hands it away to Late. No, she doesn't. Double team all over her. Can't get the pass away. Stolen away. Pospisilova. Matej has to come out. Melia now will hand it back. Ferrol can't take too long building an offense. Matej for three. Long rebound. Gay with the uncontested defensive board. Drive inside, stolen away though. Another steal for Ferrol as they put everything into this one. Pulls up early, no good for Mestres. Once again, Villeneuve Dask look to slow the game down. Peters barrels her way to the basket. Foul's going to be called out. One, Hayley Peters. Just too strong to contain. Overpowers the defense. Takes a huge amount of contact and nonchalantly gets the score. Peters heading to the line for the bonus. Out of the game comes Mestres as Milian comes in. Won't get the bonus, but will grab her own rebound. She'll go again. And another offensive rebound. Peters dominating the O-glass right now for Posey. Oh, banks it home, and when it's your night for Posey for three off the glass. Milian out to Milian. Not this time. Matej will get the score. 5 minutes to play. 18-point lead on the night for Villeneuve Dask. A 21-point lead on aggregate. Carla Lake feeds Gay inside, and that one's blocked well by Mian. Pass inside, a good defensive stand though. Coming up almost 10 centimeters in that battle. Late corner three is no good, but draws the foul. And Carla Lake needs to be careful splitting those legs that wide to draw the foul. It's not her natural shooting style, that's for sure. Point I think that Angela Matej is making right now to the officials. Late at the line for three. The first rattles in. Coach Lopez not sure there's much left that his team can give or changes that he can make. Second is good for Late. Perfect this evening from the free throw line, 4 from 4. 15.6 assists for Carla Late. Matej comes out, Pospisilova, another big three. Second of the game for her. As right now, Ferrol just trying to fire their way back into this one. Zealous crossover, kick to the weak side, Late for three. In and out. Technical foul's going to be called on Lopez. Needs to be careful in the face of the official. Once again, raising the question that Carla Late's flicking her foot out. Technical free throw awarded, and it will be Carla Late who heads to the line. Coach Lopez needs to be careful now. Would be a shame to get thrown out of the final after what has been such an amazing season for his team. .17-point lead on the night, 20 on aggregate for Villeneuve Dask. Matej gets it away, will draw the foul. We'll head to the line for 2 shots. A bit of sweat on the floor to be mopped up. Coach Bezat knows his team are so close right now. First is good. .5 ball game now. Ferrol can still fight their way back in. It's just a huge ask. 3 minutes and 40 left in this final. Stolen away. There's the kind of plays they need. Breakaway bucket. Pospisil over. Gets the score, and I think there's cramp. Teammate heads over, and the official helps her try to stretch that calf muscle out. Yeah, pulls it, or gets the cramp as she pushes away for the layup. Medical team will come over to look after her. 3.5 minutes to play. We'll have to see a sub out of the game now as the medical staff have come to the floor. Baseline ball here for Villeneuve Dask. Surely they're going to look to try and burn as much of this clock as they can and just ride out the final 3.5 minutes of the game. Paget hands it off to Late. Gay trying to find Peters down low, does so. Peters fades away, comes up short though, fades a little bit too far. Joyner, crossover, long 2 is good. Moira Joyner doing what she can as well. 12 points for her. 4 Ferrol players in double digits now as Gay misses that mid-range jumper. An 11-point ball game on the night. 14 on aggregate. Can Ferrol push their way back into this one? Sanchez blocked by Gay. Paget comes away with the possession. Down low, Amanatha Gay whips it round. Carla Late for 3. That's off the top of the backboard. Rebound pulled down, and Paget will be called for the foul. Baseline ball here for Ferrol. Amelia will come out of the action. Morrow will come in. Joyner also heads out. Davis heads back in. Leanne jumps inside, mid-range 2 is a little heavy-handed. Paget with the rebound, 2 minutes to play. Villeneuve Dask on the brink of European glory. Ferrol have given everything they've got, and what a season they've had. It will end in disappointment by the looks of this as Amanatha Gay gets another 2 down low. Davis backs it out, pulls the trigger at the top for 3. It's a little flat, and Zealous rips down the rebound. Third board of the game for Javonte Zealous. And Villeneuve Dask are rolling their way to their second ever EuroCup Women's title. Peters at the top, off target. 11 years has been the wait here for a second European title for this team. And the crowd will love every last moment of this final minute and 3 seconds. The players calling the crowd to their feet. Amanatake will head to the bench. Back into the game comes Sissoko. The crowd respond. There is not a fan in their seat right now for Villeneuve d'Ascq. What a moment in this club's history. One of only 4 teams to have won this title more than once. And what a moment after the fairy tale they had in EuroLeague Women's last year, losing in the final. It is absolutely the way to bounce back, picking up a European Championship the following year. Foul's going to be called on Carla Late. That will send Blanca Mian to the line for 2. But look at the scenes here. Coach Bezan looks into the stands, and it's these moments as a coach. You very rarely get time to stop and absorb those moments around you. But in this moment, he can do just that. He can absorb the joy that his team have brought this fan base. This diligent, noisy, wonderful fan base here in Villeneuve d'Ascq. Sissoko in the corner. Now she'll attack the basket, spin move, step back, little 2, no good. Maldonado now getting some minutes on the floor. She'll go coast to coast, won't get the score. And there we have it. What a moment for Villeneuve d'Ascq. It's redemption, it's glory. Villeneuve d'Ascq have done it. They are the 2025 EuroCup Women's Champions. Let the celebrations begin. What a moment for this club. What a moment for those players. European glory. Jubilation on the hardwood. What a achievement. Tears in the eyes of players. A moment that every single one of those players, every single one of the fans here courtside will remember for their lifetime. Absolute joy. A hard-earned European title. And your heart goes out for Ferrol. What a season they have had. It started in mid-September when they had to enter the competition through qualifiers. They can hold their heads high. A huge achievement for Ferrol here this evening to get to the final and to compete against a powerhouse of European basketball that is Villeneuve d'Ascq. But now is for the home fans to celebrate as this team have delivered a huge win here. Both teams high five. And it has been a really physical, strong battle between these two, but both teams clearly respect each other. And it's been a wonderful advert for exactly what European basketball is all about. And now they can have a party. Look at the joy on their faces. Shavonte Zellas picking up her 2nd ever European title. 11 years ago, she was a EuroLeague Women's winner with Galatasaray. Now she's a EuroCup Women's winner here for Villeneuve d'Ascq. It is those moments that will linger long in the memory of these players. This crowd are going to be here a long time. The party is just getting started here in Villeneuve d'Ascq. Crowd are enjoying themselves, as are the players. A hard season. Villeneuve d'Ascq obviously starting out in EuroLeague Women's. It was a tough ask after a huge year last year. They bowed out after the first round. But what a run to the final, what a run to this title they've had. Constanta were their opponents in the playoff rounds, dispatching them, and Estudiantes managed to pick up a win against Villeneuve Das, the only team in this competition to beat this championship team, Estudiantes. But on aggregate, they made it through to the quarterfinals where they faced Besiktas, another tough task. They found a way through to Sopron in the semis, and now a final win here against Ferrol. Final score in this second leg is Villeneuve Das 84, Ferrol 70. A 14-point win on the night, a 17-point win on aggregate, and that is why we will be crowning Villeneuve Das our EuroCup Women's champions. Right now, the staff here in the arena are busy building the presentation setup, whilst the players enjoy their celebrations in front of their home fans. But what a game we've had. Huge performances from both teams. Both teams had 4 players in double digits. Pospisilova led the way for Ferrol. She had 19 points. That's a season high for her. Oh, in fact, no, my mistake. She had 24 in the playoffs, so it's a second highest score for her. Had 5 rebounds as well. Behind her was Matej, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists and 3 steals, and then Mestres and Joyner both had 12 points each. But for Villeneuve Das, leading the way, the veteran, the 38-year-old, playing 30 minutes here in this game. 23 points, 3 rebounds and 3 assists for Shavonte Salas. Another huge game for her. Also in double digits, the 20-year-old French sensation Carla Late, 16.7 assists. We also have Marie-Paul Foposi on 14 points and Hayley Peters on 11. But this final, across both legs, has been an absolute joy for the neutral. It's exuberance for the home team here this evening. It's disappointment for Ferrol, but for the Spanish team, they need to hold their heads high. What a season they have had. They've gone toe to toe. They have had huge games throughout. What a run to the final. Picking up wins in the round of 16 against DBTK, in the quarterfinals against Dinamo Sassari, in the semi-finals against Asvel, and they have pushed Villeneuve Das all the way here in this 2-leg final. Is this the start of something special for Ferrol? Can they build now and become a regular at Europe's top table? But right now, all the attention, understandably so, is on Villeneuve Das, and the huge achievement they have delivered here today. As I say, one of just 4 teams that have won this twice. Dynamo Moscow, Bourges is another team that have won this twice, as well as Galatasaray. Villeneuve Das now join that illustrious company as 2 times EuroCup Women's champions. Plenty of photos being taken right now, plenty of celebrations with the fans. Both teams will just head to the edge of the floor so that the presentation can be set up, and there it is in all its glory. The EuroCup Women's trophy, looking splendorous, shining, glinting in the arena lights. Just waiting now for the presenting party. Obviously we'll have the runners-up medals first to be presented to BAXI Ferrol before we have our champions come to the floor. receive the winner's medal. Also, obviously, the MVP award will be handed out as well before we see the trophy lift. That moment of jubilation. There is your final score here this evening. Villeneuve lead and win this one 84-70 over BAXI Ferrol. A 14-point win on the night, a 17-point win on aggregate. Final adjustments being made to the presentation blimp. There is not one person in this arena that is going anywhere before the presentations. That is what they've been fighting all season for. That is the EuroCup Women trophy. The Villeneuve name will be engraved for all time, for a second time on that trophy. Moments away here from the presentation ceremony. The fans are still on their feet, waiting to show their appreciation for these teams.
First, we will begin with the medals for the runners-up of the EuroCup.
So we will now have the medals for our runners-up, Ferrol. And at the moment it must be heartbreaking for them, but when the dust settles a little and they're able to be a bit more reflective, hopefully they'll realise how impressive it is what they have delivered this season. It has been absolutely unbelievable, the run that they have had. This is their 18th game in EuroCup Women's this season. They have had to put it all on the floor, travelling all over the continent, fighting their way out to make it to the final.
BAXI Ferrol, number 10, and
BAXI Ferrol.
Angela Mateix. Number 1,
Angela Mateix will come to the floor first for her medal as the captain. Sanchez is next.
Number 7,
Kushalova. Gala Mestres. Blanca Mia. Claire Melia, the Irish superstar, didn't have a big night tonight, but has shown plenty this season. Noah Morrow. Moira Joyner, what a night for her. 12 points, 2 from 3 from outside. Elena Baldonado got a few seconds at the end as Yuri Davis, the veteran American, contributed within this huge run. And then Carlota Menendez, as well as the coaching staff alongside Coach Lopez. That is the Ferrol team, and what a team they are. My goodness me. A hat tip, a bow to that team for what they've given us this season. Absolutely unbelievable. They really have been phenomenal. The coaching staff will now join them as well for a full team photo. And respect due to every single member of the Ferrol club, as well as their fans. What an atmosphere they have brought to this final series. What an atmosphere they've brought all season. There's the appreciation from the players and coaches to their traveling fans. They really have added to this final series with the joy and the passion that they've brought.
We present the champions.
They will be back bigger and better. Here are our champions coming to pick up their winners' medals. As Siobhante Zella's throwing some shapes on her way to a medal. And the home crowd show their appreciation as the champions emblazoned on the LED boards. The players are under any misconceptions, they're not now, they know what they are.
Please give a big round of applause for Villeneuve, LM and BAXI
Out by Caroline Algio, I think. No, it looks like Carla Late's going to go up first. The 20-year-old, hell of a night for her. A huge performance, 16 points. Siobhante Zelas with 23. Poposi is next. She had 14. Croatia didn't see the floor, but no doubt a big future in front of that 18-year-old. Hayley Peters puts in another big performance, 11 points and 5 rebounds. Elodie Lubert, another bright star for the future. Didn't get minutes today, but will no doubt have learned from this journey, this adventure. Tracy Ersch and Sissoko take their medals. Amanat Gay picking up her medal as well.
Number 25.
Paget putting in a veteran performance again, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, as well as that big 3 early in the game. And there's Coach Bezin collecting his medal as they head to the podium. Coach Bezin goes and thanks his team of support staff and coaches. As the celebrations will now get underway. Our champions are where they belong, on the top step in front of their adoring home fans as Coach Bezin joins them. Taking over mid-season is never easy, especially when it's from a coach the quality of Coach Mézières.
It's time to present the award for the most
What a job he has done.
of the EuroCup Women Final 2025.
Il est maintenant temps, mesdames et messieurs, de remettre le prix de la meilleure joueuse MVP des
We'll
finales.
now have the MVP award. Surely it can only be one player. Oh, it's not. It's Carla Late. A bit of a shock one there. I thought it'd be Siobhante Zelas. It's not. It's Carla Late. A big performance, to be fair. 16 points, 7 assists. She also had 25 points and 5 assists in the first leg, and it's probably that cumulative, just that performance that she's had across both. A huge, huge moment for the 20-year-old. If we think she's good now, just imagine how great she's going to be when she hits her prime. A huge, uncontrollable smile. Carla Late with the MVP award.
We are now inviting the remaining team delegation to join their team.
Yeah, a combined 41 points across the 2 legs of the final for Carla Late, as well as 12 assists. It's a pretty impressive performance from any player. And look at the joy that it's given her teammates to see that. As they all head now up to the podium. And this is the moment as the trophy is handed over to their captain, Caroline Algio.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Villeneuve d'Ascq are your 2025 EuroCup Women's Champions. What a moment of joy What a moment of redemption for this team. These players have etched their names in this club's history. And right now, it is just about time to get the party started here in Villeneuve d'Ascq. It really is a capacity crowd here to enjoy this moment. And the players will share that moment with their fans. As the fireworks flow, the confetti flies.
EuroCup Women Final 2025 champions,
Villeneuve d'Ascq are the champions this season. Wow, what a moment for all of those players. What a moment for this club. A moment of real joy. It really is for everyone involved with the club, players, coaches, support staff, management, and not to forget the amazing fans that they've had here week after week, game after game, supporting them in their push for European glory. And no doubt the party is going to go long and hard here in the night. Opportunity to get the photos done. The photographers get their opportunity now. Villeneuve d'Ascq picking up the EuroCup Women's title for the second time in the club's history. 11 years since the last win. Unbelievable scenes here in the arena. And we will leave them partying. Final score here in this second leg. Villeneuve d'Ascq 84, Ferrol 70. A 14-point win on the night, a 17-point win on aggregate. As Villeneuve d'Ascq are your 2025 EuroCup Women's champions. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed all the coverage. And if you have, make sure you tune in for more, because there are plenty of big games coming up over the next few weeks. But right now, we will leave our newly crowned EuroCup Women's champions, Villeneuve d'Ascq, to enjoy their achievement.